Good evening, students. The next topic is your forfeiture of shares. Now, the term forfeit is defined as taking back the possession and depriving a shareholder of his right to shares. It simply means that the company takes back its shares, right? So, forfeit means that is taking back of shares. Next is the shareholder is called upon to pay the amount of the calls due on his shares. But if he fails to pay the amount due on calls, it may be first, second, third call or whatsoever. In that case, this gives a right under company law to the company to forfeit the shares. So in such a case, the company has two options. Number A, it may bring a legal action for the amount which is unpaid by the shareholder on any of the calls. Or secondly, it may forfeit the shares. So it has got two recourse, either to take legal action for the amount due from the shareholder, or it may take back the shares or the forfeit the shares. A note is there, a company may forfeit the shares only when there is a clear power given in the article of association of the company. So this thing has to be mentioned in the article of association of the company, that the company has a power to forfeit the share in case of default of the shareholder when he is not able to pay the amount due on the calls made by the company. Now, the proper procedure to be followed for valid forfeiture is as under. Number one, the power to forfeit shares must be contained in, as I said, in the article of association of the company. In this, the grounds and condition of forfeiture must also be mentioned in the AOA as to what are the grounds under which the company may forfeit, and generally the conditions is non-payment amount on called for shares. And we all know that generally the condition is for non-payment of amount on calls for shares, which is due from the shareholder. Secondly, the notice must be served on the defaulting shareholder, because it's a legal procedure. Since he is unable to pay the cost amount due on the shares, so he has to be served with a notice. The notice should mention the amount to be paid along with the interest, because since the time it is due till the time it is actually paid, the interest has to be mentioned. The notice should be given for 14 days, that is 2 weeks, clearly indicating that the exact amount due, and should mention that in case of default, the shares shall be forfeit. So first we have to intimate by notifying the shareholder that his shares may be forfeited if he is unable to pay along with the interest the amount due on his shares in a particular call. Then the third, the resolution of the board must be passed for the same for forfeiture. A board resolution must be passed. If the shareholder fails to pay the amount, then resolution of board of directors is passed to forfeit the shares of the shareholder. So it has to be passed duly as a resolution that the company is going to forfeit such and such person's shares, and it has to be passed by the board of the directors. Fourth point says the power to forfeit must be exercised in good faith, meaning that it cannot forfeit the share on request from the shareholder to relieve him from his liability of shares. For example, the shareholder says that he wants to return back the shares, and he asks the company to forfeit it. This cannot be exercised. ये लागू नहीं हो सकता. जो भी होगा वो कंपनी की तरफ से होगा. कोई इंडिविजुअल शेयर होल्डर ये नहीं कह सकता कि मेरे शेयर्स फॉरफिट कर लीजिए. These forfeit shares must be reissued by the company, and reissue of share is not allotment but sale of shares. So ये जो forfeited shares हैं, ये जब दोबारा से reissue होंगे तो इनको हम allotment नहीं होंगे, बल्कि हम sale of shares इनको कहेंगे. We will call it as sale of shares, and the purchaser of the share has to pay all the future calls due on this share. So जैसा अगर amount due है, if they are not fully paid shares and more number of calls are due in future, then these must be paid by the person who has purchased these reissued shares. So all the future calls due on the shares and including the call on which the shares were forfeited. तो जो भी बकाया धनराशि है अंडर द कॉल फॉर द शेयर्स, जिसने शेयर्स अब सेल में खरीदे हैं, उसको ये सारी लायबिलिटीज निभानी पड़ेगी और सारा पेमेंट जो भी ड्यू है ऑन द शेयर्स वो चुकाना पड़ेगा. He has to pay all the dues on that particular shares on which he has purchased under a sale or the reissued shares by the company which the person has purchased. So this is all about your fair features. There are three main points which I have explained. Now I will continue in the next video, transmission of shares.